folks, Karen here with Baby Boomers Get Online, and I wanted to do an updated WordPress plugins video to show you the plugins that I'm using now in 2015. So we're just going to go through these one by one. Now the first thing I want to say about plugins is you always need to make sure that they're up to date, and because a bad plugin or one that you're not using, one that's not been tested with your version of WordPress or your theme, it may crash your site. It's going to make things not work right. So you really want to make sure that the plugins that you are using are correct. Now, let's start with adding a new one. So let's go, if we're going to go add a new plugin, and you'll see these different ones that you can add. If you've already installed them, it'll say that you've installed it. If you haven't yet, then it'll say install now, and then this is what you want to keep an eye on. Compatible with your version of WordPress, and look at when it was last updated. Also look at how many other people are using it. So I have Akismet in, I have Jetpack in. These are really popular. I don't know. Okay, BuddyPress helps you run social networks on your WordPress site with member profiles, etc. I don't get into that, but this one was last updated 4 weeks ago. It's got over 100,000 active installs, and they have tested it with my version of WordPress. So this would be good to install if you wanted to set something up like that. Super Cache, that's compatible. So you just go down through and find ones. That's what you want to make sure of, is that they're compatible. So now let's look at this. So starting at the top, 404 to start. This is, I love this plugin. If you ever go to a website and you get that screen, web page not found, 404, page not found, this plugin helps to avoid that. Now what's nice is you don't have to go back to your server, your host, like I'm with GoDaddy. Some people might be with Bluehost, whatever. You don't have to go in there and set up a special 404. You don't have to put something in your htaccess. You just add this plugin. Now what this does is you, let's see, go down to settings and then 404 start. What you do here is you set it to a 301 redirect and then set up a custom page. Mine's called Where's the Blog Post? If anybody goes to a page, a blog post that I haven't redirected elsewhere, it just comes up with the page you're looking for seems to be missing. And then what I used is, and I will show you the plugin I'm using for that, but it's called Content Views. And I have my recent blog posts listed here. So that's 404 start. That's a great plugin. The next one is the AddThis sharing buttons, which you can see them right here. And in the settings, I have them set to float. Broken Link Checker. This is a great plugin. You ever go to a website, you click on the link, and the link goes to a dead site. You get the 404 not found, or it's sitting on one of those, this page is waiting to be sold, or this domain is for sale. That it's just it's just a bad link. This plugin helps you stay on top of any links that are bad. So if you're linking out to a site that has shut down, removed a blog post, or what have you, Broken Link Checker will actually send you an email saying that it has found broken links leading out from your blog. And you want to keep those low to non-existent because that can hurt your standings in Google. So you can set these. Check each link every 72 hours. You can set it at anything you want. Send you an email notification. You can do that or not. And then I just have stopped the search engines from following broken links. That's all I do. You can apply custom formatting, which means you would have like a line drawn through it. That's what your visitors would see, is a line drawn through your word. You don't want that. Okay, so that's the broken link checker. Now, the Captcha and contact form, BestWebSoft. I use these special forms for my submitting a guest post because the standard contact form that comes inside a Jetpack doesn't allow you to set it up for adding an attachment. I want people to be able to submit the guest post and add the attachment, so they can add that. And then this is the Captcha that goes with the form. And those are two very simple plugins. This is what I mentioned earlier, content views. I use these on my home page. So down the bottom, I use that. And I use it on my, what I just showed you before, my custom 404 page. These are really cool. So you go to the settings, and these are just the basic settings. So here it is, content view, all views. I'm running Screencast-O-Matic, so. But this is cool because I have different ones set up for different pages. So my page not found, main page. So say if I was to edit that, and excuse me, this is how I want them, their posts. And so hypothetically, if you wanted to put something on there by just a particular author, by particular categories, you can check that out and it'll filter it. The display settings, I have them set in a grid, a 2-column grid with 2 items so they're next to each other. I have it to show the title. I can have it show an excerpt. So it just depends on where I'm putting it. So on this particular view, it's showing an excerpt. Now if I go, and then all you do is, here I'll show you how you do that. You take this view, this code here, and then you would copy it. So if you look at the code, when I get to the end of my post, I put it right here. So now on my other one, I don't remember what this was for, page not found. I have content. So on my page not found, I have content. So you'll see the difference. On this one, it just has the title. But if you go to my Where's the Blog post, let's see if I can get that back. Yep, where's the blog post. I have little excerpts. I didn't want to clog up my home page with these, but this just gives you little excerpts with the read more. So that is the content views. Image optimizer. This is tremendous. I was getting notices from my host that my resources were being maxed out. And I also ran a thing that Google has for checking your site stats and stuff. So I had to go through and re-optimize my images. Now here's the cool thing. You can optimize. I mean, I also made my images a little smaller, but I have it optimized to remove all the metadata, and that'll reduce it. On my advanced settings, I set it to level 4, and this is at level 2. I have it scheduled so that if I put anything in there that isn't correctly optimized, then but that's what this does, so that as soon as you add an image, whether it's your featured image or an image inside of a post, it will automatically optimize it. I don't do any conversions, but this optimizes it. And then you can also use a bulk optimize. And I ran this, I think, twice. And this optimizes everything that's already in your media file library. So then everything after that will be optimized as you load it up. But this really, it makes your page, it made your blog load up faster. EzineArticles for WordPress, I did another video on that one. And what that is, let's go to a post. Let's do an edit the post. Here's the EzineArticles plugin. What this lets you do is when you're finished writing your blog post, you can actually validate it and submit it to EzineArticles right from your blog. And there's a more detailed video that I did about that one before. This one I also did a special blog post about this one too, or video about this one. This generate disable elements is only available for the Generate Press theme, which is what I use. Here's what it allows you to do. Here's the Disable Elements plugin. And I can disable the header, primary nav, I can disable all of this. What this allows me to do is create landing pages. Now I'm going to show you what I just used this for. This is an example of what Generate Elements will allow you to do. Create a landing page without having to, let me see if I can edit the page from here. Yeah. So if you go down here, my sidebar layout, I made it a content with no sidebars. This is another thing I really like about Generate Press. I did a more detailed video on this one too. And here I have all of the elements disabled. And then that allows me to set up a landing page. Jetpack, if you're familiar with, I did another video on Jetpack, so we'll leave that alone. The official StatCounter plugin, This goes to this. I use the free option of this, but it helps you keep an eye on your stats. So then you just grab the like you would go to the tools, and then you would get the default guide for the code, and then you would pull these codes out, the project code and the security code. And here it is, settings for StatCounter. And then you just put your project ID and security code in there. That plugin automatically places the code on every page using the theme options. So that's really cool, because if you're using an HTML, then you have to put it in every HTML page, or those specific pages aren't going to get picked up. So that's the StatCounter. Pretty Link Lite, I did a specific video for that, and that hasn't changed. TinyMCE Advanced, that is, let's get into a post. So let's edit this. TinyMCE Advanced, you have to work it through the visual. And as soon as you click on visual, it brings up all these tools. So you can, this is so cool. You know, you can do smileys, emoticons. It just brings up all these advanced editing and formatting tools for you. I use it to create my tables. So you can also like change it from heading 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's just really neat. I installed it mainly for tables. I mostly do all of my blog posts in text, only because I just like using my codes. Okay, W3 total cache. Let's see if there is. Okay, here's the settings for W3 total cache. This total cache just helps you keep your website compacted, and it all works in the background. So it caches the pages, minifies things. I don't know the technical term for it, so you can go out on YouTube and learn more about it if you want. There's a lot of stuff in here I just don't even understand. But I know it helps keep my website cleaned up and running a little bit better. WordPress Importer. This helps if you are, say you've exported your blog posts from another theme or another host or domain. So you've exported your blog, now you need to import it. That's all this does. WordPress, okay, the SEO by Yoast. I believe I did a more detailed video about that. This is WordPress by SEO. WordPress SEO by Yoast. When I write blog posts, which is what you should be doing, I do have one specific focus keyword, which is more or less the title. Excuse me, the title of the blog. The title of the blog post. And then this is just the analysis. As long as you get the green light, then you're fine. So you don't have to, you shouldn't be anyway writing your blog posts for SEO and writing them for Google. You should be writing them for your visitors, for your readers. But this will give you, like this one says, I haven't used my keyword phrase in a subheading. But this just goes through the basic, like these are like more like advanced things right here. I'm just concerned with getting the green light. Long as I get my green light in SEO, I'm good to go. So that's WordPress SEO by Yoast. The other thing you can do with Yoast is you can tell the robots to not index it, not follow it, not include it in the sitemap. Because I do have some posts and pages that I do not include in my sitemap. Excuse me, and that I don't want the bots to follow. You can also do a 301 redirect right within the post. Okay, so that's SEO by Yoast. Database backup, best thing you could have there. WP Lightbox. Lightbox is cool, and let me see if I can show you what Lightbox does. We'll go to my other site for that. The plugins that you are seeing here are the standard plugins that I put into all of my blogs. All of them. Now, some I may need to use something different. Now, here's what a Lightbox will do. Okay, we'll look at these. Here's what a Lightbox does. You click on an image, it enlarges it, and then you can look at each one as it goes along. That's what a Lightbox will do. Otherwise, if you click on an image and you don't have Lightbox installed, it just opens the image in its own window and like opens it up and then let's see, open link in a new tab. That's all it will do without the Lightbox. So this allows people to browse through your images. I don't know what I have on this particular blog that would need a Lightbox. I don't know. I probably just put it in because. This one I found when I was looking for open comment links in a new window. Now, first let me see what my comments are and I'll show you what I mean. So let's look at comments. And this is here. So let's open this post. Now let's view it. Now, here's what happens most of the time. Here's these comments. What happens is if you don't have this installed, if you don't have this open comment links in a new window, if you don't have that installed and you don't know how to go into your editor and add additional CSS and find where that theme option works, what happens is when you click on this link, people are going to leave your site because it's going to open it up in the same window. So it'll be like if you clicked on it just regular, if you clicked on it, it's just going to open right up in that window, which means people are leaving your site and going to theirs. What this does is automatically, I'm just going to left click on this, and it automatically opens it up in a new window. So that's what that does. Okay, let me see if I have any others here. I can show you. Because I worked for hours trying to figure out how to get those comment links to open up in a new window, and it wasn't working. And then I just found a plugin for it. So let's see. They don't have a link. Let's see. George opens up in a new window. So that's what this is. PayPal shopping cart. I have that set up on my marketer services. And this is so people can just add to cart. And that's all this does. It goes to, why didn't it work? Okay, looks like I gotta do something with that. Oops. Okay, let's go to my husband's site. I mean, I should have it on here. Let's see, buy now. It's just looping. Okay, I don't know why. I screwed something up. So let me double check my husband's site, and it better be working on his site. Here's another example of it. Okay, so now, buy now. Oh, there it goes. It's in the shopping cart. Okay. Alrighty, let's see something. I don't have the shopping cart showing up on here, so that's what I have to do. Because it's got to go to the shopping cart and then check out. Let me see something here. I took the shopping cart out. Okay, now I know I have to fix something, because this is the way that it's supposed to work. Is you have the shopping cart here. So when people click on buy now, and then here's the shopping cart up here. And actually what I should have done, I should have this code, same code under here too. Oh no, it does. There's the shopping cart. Right here. See, I taught myself something new today. I forgot to have the shopping cart show up on my pages. Okay then. And then the sitemap page. And I believe I did another video about this. And see if they have something in settings for this. And here's the WP sitemap page. I have a no follow attribute to my links. I don't have pages showing up. I don't have my archives or author pages showing up. And this is what the sitemap looks like. I have the posts by category. But this is a sitemap. If you go on standard static HTML websites that are not based on WordPress, a lot of times they'll have a sitemap on there for you. And they say it's a good idea to even have it on your blog. So that's what this is. And that is run automatically. So as soon as you delete a page or delete a post, it's automatically going to update your sitemap for you. And you can actually use that almost as a related post thing. You can just put a category. So say you have a short code here and you want specific categories to show up. So that's pretty cool. All right, that is going to do it for WordPress Plugins 2015. This went on a little bit longer than I thought. But anyway, if you're on my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're on my blog, subscribe to my blog. And we'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.